All right, well, I mean, we're just gonna start recording. I think I'm recording. All right, so that's a little better. Cool, looks good. Kind of like it. Maybe I should show you guys what this looks like. Give me a sec. Okay, so this is not glamorous at all, but this is the setup that I'm currently using. Canon EOS R with a Sigma 35 adapted onto it. This is the Atomos, and then right over here, this little red cord, it's probably dangling somewhere, is the Rode Wireless Go. So that's what is filming me, and that's what that looks like. Let's jump up. So this is the mess of my office right now. Camera, one Quasar tube. I really love these things. And then this is also just kind of a normal light. I don't know, just a little kind of Edison LED bulb. And then this guy is a Young Nuo RGB stick. It's the second version. I think that they have 3 now. But anyways, so yeah, that's kind of what everything looks like. I don't know, I guess I just figured that I'd show you guys because I always like to see everybody else's setup. It's kind of cool to see what the setup looks like that's creating the video that I'm looking at right now. So anyways, music is super important in a film, in a video, whether it's YouTube, whether it's commercial, whether it's just a cinematic film that you're wanting to create because you got a new camera. Music can totally set the tone, the mood, and it can also change that. You saw the cinematic bit that was at the beginning of this video. We went to the fair and it's here for 2 weeks where I live at. And I just took a camera because I think 2 years ago I had made something just kind of out of nothing type deal. I just wanted to do that this year. Go over there, film whatever I want to film with no like objective in mind. Just film some stuff that seemed interesting to me. And so that's exactly what I did. And I kind of challenged myself to make that into something. And that little something was the little cinematic bit that you saw in the very beginning of this video. As I was doing this, immediately got Stranger Things vibes. I knew that that was something that I was kind of like wanting to do in the back of my mind. And so I thought, wouldn't it be cool to find some Stranger Things music? And lo and behold, Soundstripe is the subscription, the website that I use. And they had some and it matched up perfectly. And so there you go. I kind of wanted to take that cinematic bit that you just saw and let's take that and put some different music to it and see how that changes. I'm not gonna rearrange any of the clips. Normally I would because I like to edit off of music as well. However, let's just change the music out and let's see how that changes it. Clearly, music can have a big impact on visuals. And so the next question is how do I find music, right? Well, that ends up being a really hard question. At least it was for me in the beginning. I searched so many different places. I was looking at like SoundCloud. I was trying to find music on all these obscure websites that ended up just being music that sounded like it was in an arcade game, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. However, all of your videos can have that kind of music in it. I mean, I guess they could, and maybe you develop your own little style with that, but the quality just didn't sound great. Now that's where we get these websites that have these subscription-based models where you pay an annual fee or monthly fee, and you get access to their library of music that you can use without having to get into copyrights or royalties and having to go through a label and license music that way. They essentially give you the license to the music and you're set and you're off and running. That is a fantastic thing these days. That makes it so much easier for creators like myself, for people who are just kind of one-man bands. Maybe you're wanting to start a YouTube channel, maybe you're a wedding filmmaker or photographer. These are great solutions for that. I'm going to go through some of the major options in terms of finding music for YouTube videos like this. Disclaimer, I'm going to be totally honest and upfront about this. The option that I use, I'm going to be giving you guys a code that is a referral code for me, and also a coupon code that you can get 10% off of your subscription. So now that being said, I just wanted to be clear about that. I really actually do use this subscription, this website, a lot, and I really do love it. I've used all the major players, and I want to get into that right now. Artlist, Soundstripe, Epidemic Sound, and I'm probably forgetting a couple of others. MusicBed. Those are the kind of big players that are in this area, where you can go and license music from their selection that they have for your videos. And I want to talk about those options and why I settled ultimately with Soundstripe. I've used all of these subscription music sites that I've mentioned except for one, and this is going to be the first one that I start out with, and that's MusicBed. Really, there's one thing that kind of keeps me from using that, and that's cost. It is expensive. For their subscription-based stuff, if you're just looking to get music for weddings and live event films, it's $59 per month. If you go to a business, then it's for freelance. That's probably more what is suited better for the rest of us, because I do a variety of things other than weddings also. I do commercial work, so this one's probably best suited for me. That's $89 per month. I cannot afford $89 per month in light of the other options that are out there. So immediately from the get-go, I just kind of didn't even consider MusicBed. This next one is one that I used for probably about a year, maybe 2 years, and it's called Artlist. Artlist is a great kind of option for this. The cost for Artlist is $200 annually, and that comes out to like $16 a month, and which is pretty good. That I think is doable in terms of, especially a production company. And by production company, I say that loosely. I mean like one person businesses like myself who maybe hire out every now and then to do a project. But most of the time it's just me and my fiance for weddings, and then any commercial stuff, it's me essentially editing everything. And if I need help, then it's maybe one other person. They have a lot of great music. The licenses are perpetual, so you have a lifetime use for the songs that you download from them. There's not a cap on the amount of songs that you can download per month. So that's also awesome. The only downside that I came to about Artlist, and that turned me away from it, was I kept running into the same music. And what I mean by that is that when I would search for music, based on their genre search or instrument, I just would keep running into the music that I've already used. And it felt like there wasn't a huge selection, even though it says that they're offering new stuff every day. That could have changed very well by now, because it's probably been about a year since I last used their service. But I don't know. That was just my impression when I had last used it. This one is a pretty popular one that I've seen referred out by some big names, and that is Epidemic Sound. I tried a trial for Epidemic Sound. So pricing wise, let's just go over that real quick out of the gate, because I know that's kind of the first thing that you want to know, right? So the creator subscription starts at $15 per month. This one is a good option. This is a good option for YouTube creators. And the one thing about the trial that immediately from the get-go when I entered in was I went in and their user interface was not the best that I had experienced. I just found it kind of clunky, to be honest. And when I would search for songs based on genre or even mood, I don't think that there was a mood version for me to search with, and the music that would pop up just wasn't in line with what I was hearing in my head, essentially. Okay, so that brings me to Soundstripe, and at this point I know that maybe you disagree or agree with some of the things that I've said. Ultimately, I think that you should go and do the trials. Do the trials that you can for each website because something may fit you better. This is just my personal experience, but Soundstripe has suited that just better in every way. And I'm trying so much not to sound like an ad, but it just is more intuitive to me. The searching by moods, the playlists that they have just end up being what it is that I envision that they should be, which is important because finding songs finding songs for a video can take forever. You have an idea of what you want. Maybe you don't have an idea of what you want and you just want to start playing through songs to get some inspiration. Either way, it can take a long time. I know that I've spent hours sometimes searching for music for a film, which is not efficient at all. I like Soundstripe because one, all the songs that I use, I will have a perpetual license for forever. So that's huge. Like, I can't believe that they do that, but they do. And so that I don't have to worry about if I ever cancel the subscription for whatever reason that, oh my God, there go all of my YouTube videos that I've ever made. All the films that I've ever made are gonna now be subject to copyright claims, et cetera, et cetera. I don't have to worry about that, and that's fantastic. Pricing for Soundstripe is pretty good. So they have two options. The standard is $11.25 per month. It's billed annually, but if you do just the monthly thing, then it shoots up to $20 a month. My bet would be to go with the annual because I think that it's worth it. So unlimited music licenses, new music all the time, and I know that everybody says that, but at least for me, the problem that turned me away from our list was that I kept running into the music that I'd already used. And the other music was music that I'd already gone through and knew that it wasn't going to fit what I wanted. Soundstripe, I haven't really run into that problem. Have I run into past music? Yes, but I feel like that there's an abundance of other music that I haven't even touched that makes me okay with, that I feel like there's enough options out there to keep me going for a while. The user interface is another one, and I know that that's like, well, like that's kind of just for looks, isn't it? Kind of not really, because again, that's going to help you find your music faster, and that to me is kind of valuable. It's nice. It's a nice website to navigate through, and what it says, what the playlists are, it ends up being accurate to what it should be. And that's huge for me too, because again, efficiency is everything. They also have a premium membership, which is like $21 a month, I think, billed annually. You get sound effects in that, and that's awesome. If you want to kind of take your videos to the next level and you want to add some sound effects back in, maybe footsteps, maybe if you're doing a scary video, it's going to enhance that world that you're trying to create just via sound. So that's kind of a cool option again, but it's going to be more expensive. I hope that you guys have found this information useful. I would not recommend a service or a product to you guys unless that I actually have used it myself and fully believe in it. So if you want to try out Soundstripe, there is a link in the description along with my code DJO for 10% off of your subscription. Feel free to share your experiences with the others. Maybe you prefer one of the others. I'd love to hear why and what your experience is. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.